Welcome to another new episode of the Get Organised with DeCluttr Me podcast with myself, Shelina. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world. Today's episode is all about shoes. Yes, those fantastic foot companions that sometimes multiply like rabbits in your closet. But don't worry, I've got the strategies, my charm as always, and practical tips to transform your shoe chaos into a well-orchestrated sense of order. So get comfortable and let's navigate the realm of organised footwear. Firstly, let's acknowledge the deep love most of us have for our shoes, including myself. Whether you're a sneaker connoisseur, a stiletto admirer, or a flats aficionado, I cannot say that word, we get it. Shoes are more than just foot coverings. They're a reflection of your personality. However, when they start staging a coup in your living space, it's time to take charge. So full disclosure, I love my shoe collection. Yep, I have a collection. I have wide feet, so it's really hard to find good shoes. And when I do, I love them and use them till they're dead, or I resell them and then continue living with them. So this episode is not about getting rid of all your shoes, just some of them. So let's start with the review of the shoes. If they are all over the house, I want you to bring them into one area, whether it's your living room, your bedroom, the spare guest room, somewhere where you can go through them and organize them. Also get a rubbish bag, a recycle bag, and a donate box or bag as well. So first, let's start with your trainers. If you're a gym bunny or a running cheetah and you know it doesn't work, it's time to check your trainers. So do they smell funky? Does it make you want to be sick inside them? If yes, please throw them away. Don't even think about recycling. Nobody needs to be smelling those things. Has the air gone and make you not do it? Did you like that? If the air's gone and you've got Nike Airs, then, it's a bit pointless. So those need to go. You need to just put them in recycling. If they're too tight and you've never worn them, put them for donation. For the limited edition Air Forces and other trainers, if they're valuable and you don't use them and you collect them and they're taking up so much space, then sell them to make some money. Now, I've had a whole conversation with our guest on this trainer collection thing, and I'll put it in my show notes so you can have a listen to that to find out how to organize those. But if you really have a lack of space and you have these amazing expensive trainers, sell them to make a bit of money. Now, with trainers, I know it's difficult, especially if you use them all the time and you have a favorite pair and they're so comfortable, but do be discerning with them because they do take up a lot of room. And do you need the funky, smelly ones? Because if they're funky and smelly and they're in your cupboard, they're putting the smell everywhere. It's just gross. Next, let's review the heels and sandals. So if they give you blisters or make your soul squeal in agony, it's time to sell or donate. If you could manage the 6 foot when in your 20s, but now you can only muster about 2 feet, then it's time to say goodbye to those Louboutins and either sell them if the sole still looks good or put them in for donation. Finally, let's get to the flats and slippers. Do the smell test again, check their size, and also check if the sole is worn. If they are in a bad shape, put them in the recycle or trash, especially if they're really horrific. And once again, let's talk about the smell thing, because I know a lot of us wear the flats without any socks or pop socks or any liners inside, which makes them smell more. I mean, I do that. I don't know about you, but I do. I can't wear socks with flats. But so if they're really horrific, please throw them away. If they are in great shape but you don't wear them, see if you can sell them or donate them. So now you've sorted the survivors out, it's time for the magic of organization. Remember, the goal is not just to declutter, but to create a shoe haven that's both functional and visually pleasing. So let's play the categorization game. Group your shoes by the type. So trainers, athletic shoes, formal shoes, casual shoes. This not only makes finding the right pair a breeze, but also adds a touch of order to the chaos. Then do them by type. So loafers, sandals, smart shoes, courts, heels, ballets, espadrilles, flip-flops, flats, wedges. I'm sure there's some other types, but do them by the types. Then next, let's look at how to organize them. So I have a cupboard with shelves and a glass door to store all of my shoes. They are arranged with formal shoes at the top, going down in heels to flats, and then to trainers at the bottom. The cupboard was meant for books and for the living room, but I like the look of it for my shoes, and I've put it in the entryway so it looks like a nice piece of furniture, but it's storing all my shoes in a lovely way. I also use shoe organizers to create more space to store the shoes. However, these holders can be a pain with shoes slipping off if the holders are not close to each other. I don't love them, but they are helpful. Another way to store them on shelves is by alternating the shoes of one facing forward and one facing backwards, as it creates more space as they slot into each other. So that's a great way to do it without using those shoe organizers. For shoe storage, I recommend using a shoe cabinet like the ones you can get from IKEA from the Pax collection. The cabinets which have the flip doors are a pain and the shoes slide down those slots, and I really cannot emphasize how much I dislike those things. I know they're narrow and they fit in entryways, but they are so painful to put your shoes that I really don't recommend them ever. You can also get racks to put in the hallway or even in your closet, but they are also ideal for flats, shoes, and trainers. Heels tend to fall off through those slots, so they are not great for those. If you are a trainer aficionado, then you can get clear shoe boxes to store them neatly. These boxes tend to be stackable, as well as enabling you to create a wall of trainers. The material boxes that you can get as well tend to be really flimsy and are difficult to see what's in the box unless you label them, so don't recommend you get them. Some clients also like keeping shoes in their original boxes. This is a great way to keep them safe, and if they have the picture and details of the shoe, that is ideal. So it's great for especially delicate shoes that you don't want to get damaged. However, putting them in those boxes, it will take you longer than 5 seconds to find them, open the box, and take them out. So I recommend keeping them in their boxes if they are special shoes, if they are delicate. But otherwise, for normal everyday shoes, take them out. For boots, you can get boot inserts, either which blow up or fill the edges to hold the boots up and prevent creasing. The other option is to keep them in their box. So this is fine if you have 1 or 2 boots, but it may be a problem if you have several. Also consider the height of the boots when building storage for your shoes and for your boots. Finally, let's talk about keeping your shoe area smelling nice. Consider investing in aromatic shoe sachets to keep things smelling fresh. I use wax tablets, which I purchased from an Italian perfumery in Florence, and they sell them now in the UAE, and they also sell them in London. They've got a shop in Piccadilly. So I put them in my shoe cabinets. I love the aroma, and it keeps them smelling nice, and it lasts for so long as well. So thank you for joining us on this episode of Get Organised with DeCluttr Me. I hope you feel inspired to tackle that shoe chaos head on. Remember, a well-organised shoe closet is not just a practical triumph, it's a daily dose of happiness. And I can vouch for that because I open my door every day and just go, look at my shoes. They're so beautiful. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. I love hearing your feedback and suggestions for future topics as well. And remember, for more decluttering tips and expert guidance, visit my website at www.declutterme.com. You can also follow me on social media at DeCluttr Me for daily inspiration and updates. Until next time, stay fabulous and clutter-free. Thank you. Take care. Bye.